Like I stated before in my previous videos, if you have not watched my videos, it's my first time owning a diesel, and what I was trying to do was install the WC Fab intake, as you can see right there. And I learned there are a few other things that I need to do in order to get this actual tube out. I need to do my PCV reroute. So as you can see here, I've got my PCV reroute. I got 10 foot of hose. I have the plug that I don't need. I don't need these plugs at all. I just have these two pieces. This kit came from ZZ Diesel. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link down in the description. So big shout out before we start getting into the teardown, Truckmaster from YouTube. Thank you so much for answering my comments on YouTube and on DMs on Instagram. So what you're going to do is, in order to make your life a lot easier, is go ahead and remove this intercooler piping. I got the high flow bundle kit. If you didn't watch that video, go check it out on my channel. So I'm actually it's gonna be a long weekend. We're gonna do the PCV reroute, we're gonna do the hot side intercooler piping, and the intake and the PCV reroute. But based off all the videos I've seen, it makes your life a lot easier getting this actual PCV side on the driver's side out if you go ahead and remove this intercooler piping. So good thing is I already have this piece of pipe to replace it with. So you got the driver's side, and then if you come over here, right down here where my finger's at, I know you can't really see, but there is a 10mm bolt. All you gotta do is remove that, and that right there removes the passenger side PCV on that one. Now I will state, if you don't have an aftermarket intake, you are gonna utilize this plug, of course, which it actually comes in the kit. You have all the supplied plugs, but for this case, for the intake that I have, I'm only gonna be using these two. These are where the factory lines of the PCV reroute actually connect to. But on a normal situation, if you do not have an actual intake that I have, and you just have that piece, you are gonna utilize these plugs. All right, so the next step, what we're gonna do in order to get this intercooler hot side piping off is, you got two 11mm bolts that you wanna go ahead and remove. All right guys, so the next piece to this puzzle is, as you can see here, I have the boot off the intercooler. There is let me see if I can, there's a 10mm right here where my finger is at. I know you can't really see it, but there's a 10mm right here where this pipe is. So take your hand that's right there, go straight up, and there's a 10mm right there that you need to remove on the driver's side. All right guys, here's the 10mm on the driver's side that I pulled out for the PCV. I'm gonna try to give you guys a better example. But right down in there where this harness is, that's where the 10mm is gonna be. It's kind of hard to get to it, but it's a lot easier if you have this removed. All right, so the next one, as you can see where my finger's at, that is the next 10mm that you need to get off right there. Shine my light on it. It is so hard to do this and film, but right there where my light is shining, there's a 10mm right there as well. I can't get my camera in there to focus, but yeah, it's right there. Right there. Won't focus. Yep, there it is right there, but the camera's obviously not focusing on it, but you can see it down there in the left-hand side of the screen. All right, guys, passenger side is now out. What you want to do is gently pull up, and as you can see, she comes right out. You can already see a little bit of oil. And then let's go to the driver's side and do the same thing. Alrighty, so here is your actual PCV, okay? So that's what she looks like. There's a lot of oil, I guess you could say, blow by. But yeah, just have two bolts you need to remove. And then now I'll finish the PCV reroute, but I should be able to take this intake tube off in order to finish my intake install. All right guys, so the next piece to the puzzle is you take the supplied fittings that ZZ Diesel sent you, and what you're going to do is you're going to want to put the gasket side, as you can see right here, you're going to put that gasket side down to where you took these plugs out. As you can see, these also have a gasket on them also. So exactly where you removed these two bolts, put this block back in there, gasket side goes down, and then you have your supplied clamps that come with it also. As you can see right here, one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. And like I said, bear with me guys. This is the first time I'm owning a diesel, so I'm trying to do my best on step-by-step on how to do this PCV reroute. This is all new to me, so thank you guys so much for your cooperation. Alright guys, as you can see, I have the new supplied PCV route connector. If this light will work, there you go. So that side's done on the passenger, and then make sure you do the same thing on the driver's side. So what ZZ Diesel does, they send you a 10-foot hose, and now I didn't buy a T or anything. I'm just gonna cut this 10-foot hose in half, have a 5-foot side for the passenger side, 5-foot side for the driver's side, and then find somewhere under the truck to nice and neatly tie it up so the oil can drip if there's any that does come through the hose. Alright guys, for some reason, the driver's side was a lot harder to do, but we got her in there. Got both 10 millimeters in on the driver's side and passenger side. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this hose in half and then reroute everything to go under the truck somewhere. I'm not quite sure yet where I want it to come out at, but yeah, we're gonna cut that in 5-foot sections and let her hang down somewhere, zip tie it, make it look nice and pretty. All right guys, so I now took my 10-foot and cut it in 2 5-foot holes. So what you're gonna wanna do is, you're gonna take your supplied hose clamp, put it on the side that's actually going down to the nipple, as you can see, and then once I get it tightened and put on there securely, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, so as you can see, we have the new hose on, got it nice securely clamped. And if you come down here, obviously 5 foot is a lot of hose, so it's going to give you many options of where you want to go. I'm not quite sure exactly where I'm going to run mine just yet, but I got enough room to figure it all out. So, and then of course you got to do the same thing for the driver's side.